Okay. No signal, no signal, no signal. Let's make it work. Lease agreement. Set up. Don't save. All right, figuring it out. How'd it go, Jason? Oh. Not 3 yet. So. Okay. I have the wrong. This is a Sony, and that's not the Sony. Let's assume that might work. And we're about to give up. Is where I'm at today. All right, well, we're recording, we're figuring it. Hi, El, Silas, and Bryce on Zoom. Let me just try a different cable. Maybe that's the issue. Sometimes. A different cable. Anybody watch anything good over the weekend? See anything good?
Good? No.
I also like to hear about bad stuff. Anything worth talking about? Spooky season. Are we watching spooky stuff? There you go.
First, the original. What town we want on
Nice. Drag Me to Hell's a fun one.
I haven't
Ever see
caught
how
up
they
on.
film the cockroach scene where she barfs up the cut. Yeah, it's so good. Oh, it's gonna be one of these days, huh? Okay. No signal. Cool. All right, hold on. There we go. Woo. Had to change the input. I thought it would auto input for me, but it didn't. Cool. All right, here we are. Okay. Hello, how's everyone doing? Feeling good? I'm gonna talk to most of you, but for the most part, we're doing well in the class. Thank you so much for your help on Wednesday filming that piece. I'm in the middle of the edit. We'll watch it once I'm done with it. But as of right now, notably, they want to interview some more students. So what does that mean? That means on Wednesday at 4:30, Dr. Avila is coming back with a couple students who weren't able to be in the video, and we're going to set everything up just like it was. Okay? I would appreciate everybody if you could help me out at 4:30 here on Wednesday, and we'll be filming that. Questions, comments, concerns? Thank you for those 2 of you who are participated. We'll get extra credit for being in that piece. So nice. All right, let's talk about, oh, look, I'm going to share my screen so I remember this. They're going to like, now that I did everything right, they're going to like show up and be like, hey, we haven't been able to hear you the whole time, Tim. It's going to be something. So again, those people at home, if you care to help me out by letting me know if I'm doing something wrong or I'm not sharing the screen. But now I'm sharing the screen and I want to talk about something really important. And we're going to talk about all our normal stuff that we are going to talk about. And then we're going to get into talking about podcasting today because that's your next project. But notably, let me just open this up so we can see it. All right. Tuesday, October 28th. That's tomorrow here on campus from 4 to 6. All right, here in the TV studio, 4 to 6. If you're a film major, you're invited to come and have food and hang out. Okay. If you are not a film major, but you want to know about being a film major, we're going to have the dean and the counselors here to talk to you as well about how you can be a major, how you can get the film certificate, and or any of the other questions. It's a great, we just like to do this once a year. So how many of you have been to a previous one of these? For the film, okay, how many of you have been here for the film one before in the past? Marty has, and so has Jason. Okay. What do you get if you're a film major? A t-shirt. Oh, so if you have a t-shirt, you've probably been to one. So FYI, if you want your, and you have to be a film major to get the t-shirt, okay? It's a cool t-shirt, right? Which one do you have? Do you have the good one or the bad one? You have both? I don't even have both. I have a bad one. The quality of shirt. The first year was a canvas or a burlap sack. And the second year is like the silky, soft, smooth fabric that you'd want to rub against your face. And I don't have that one. So. Well, did you declare it as your major? So then you're a film major. Great. Did you do the blood oath? We'll be doing that tomorrow. So that is a blood sacrifice as well. So you have to bring a friend for the blood sacrifice. No blood sacrifice. That's a joke, everybody. No, I do not encourage blood sacrificing. But if you have questions, of course, you can reach out to me or Grant. But tomorrow, free food, 4 to 6 here at the TV studio. Okay, we're going to be interrupting the acting class to hang out, and we'll be playing stuff. It's just a good time. If you can make it, I hope you all can make it. And even if you're not a film major, come and get some food, because if you're in this class, you're going to be a film major at some point. So if you're not a film major, sorry, you're hooked. We got our hooks in you. We'll make you a film major. Okay. Got a chat question here. Would love to go, but I have to work. Bryce, where do you work, Bryce? And I'll just turn on your mic and talk. You don't have to do your face. Where do you work, Bryce?
I work at Kohl's.
He's probably at work right now. That's
No.
why I talk, so. All right, Bryce. I'm calling Bryce out right now, but I do want to say something nice about Bryce. Bryce is not going to turn on he drop out of the chat.
What, is my mic not working?
Here, oh, look, he unmuted.
I'm trying to talk.
Are you talking? Maybe you're talking, I just can't hear you. So let's check. It's probably me. Oh, what do you know? It is. Okay, you should be coming out of the TV now. He is talking. We can hear him on the Zoom.
You hear
Okay,
me?
no one here can hear you, so hold on a second. Try talking now, Bryce.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I work at Kohl's.
Kohl's. Whoa, well, why didn't you say that, Maston? We would have known.
Yeah.
Dude, you got some Kohl's cash you could provide, right?
I have $60 right now.
$60 in Kohl's cash. Wow.
Yeah. Trade some for extra credit.
No, you cannot bribe me. And do you think I look like I dress from Kohl's?
Okay.
No comment.
Where's the
there.
try? Where's the try?
L, come on. My wife may have gone to Kohl's in the past, or You could bribe my wife, but not me. Okay. I do want, since we have Bryce here, I do want to say the piece is being edited now, but Bryce did an excellent job coming to our trunk or treat on Friday night. It was Bryce, Silas, Tony, and Isaac all helped out. We shot some video, lots of kids stuff. Bryce, what did you think about the experience?
It at the beginning, I don't know, I was kind of having a rough day and stuff, and I didn't feel like I was know what I was doing. But by the end, I got the hang of it, and it was really fun. And I know if I do it again, anchoring, that I do a better job, definitely. Like it's
Yeah,
nice
you
to
were
notice improvement.
you weren't the anchor, you were the
Or
report.
reporter, yeah, sorry,
An
whatever.
anchor in terms of television, of course, is the news anchor who is the main presenter on the news. That would be the anchor, and the anchor is the person that who throws out, "Hey, here's Bryce in the field. Let's hear what Bryce has to say." And then Bryce showed up. Bryce was in costume. It was fun. Bryce got to interview some little kids in costume, which will give some really great answers. A couple of bananas and a T-Rex. Pretty funny stuff. And yeah, you were definitely nervous at the start, but yeah, you did definitely. It's one of those things where it's a learn by doing experience. You also had the disadvantage of having Maston go first and kind of already have skills. But I think the pieces, when we get to see the piece probably on Wednesday, it'll be really fun for everybody. So great job.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm gonna head over. I was just running a little late, so I'll be there in like 10 minutes.
Oh, you're here?
No,
You jumped on Zoom wow,
no, I'm at home right now. I just live like 5 minutes away. I
whoa.
was just running late,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I'll be there soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's watch you put your video on. We'll watch you walk over. No, just kidding. Just kidding. You don't have to do that.
When I get to campus, I will.
Yeah, no, it's all right, Bryce. It's okay. Good. All right. Silas, do you have anything you want to talk about the Ftve news, since we're talking about it? You acted as a sound technician. Silas also not.
Hi, sorry.
Oh, there's Silas.
It was pretty fun. I think I did audio. Hopefully it came out okay because especially with the kids, I was trying to adjust it for you, but
Yeah, pretty okay. So we'll hear what it came out. To be honest, the audio sounded pretty good. You know, we were in a live environment, which meant there was like Ghostbusters theme song playing in the background or whatnot. But yeah, you did a good job going up and down. Weren't using the mixers, so Silas was just controlling the audio based off of the camera while Tony ran the camera. I will say that I think our first piece was overmodulated tad, but
I know I got Bryce super loud at some points, like 10 volume just by accident.
Yeah, I think that's just learn by doing type of situation, but I think it's gonna ultimately be good. Are you gonna come to the film meetup tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm gonna be in San Jose that afternoon helping my grandparents, but I should still be there. I might not be there exactly at 4, but before
That's
6
fine.
for sure.
It's any time between that. There's nothing set, rather than Grant and I will be doing a synchronized dance at the very start. So
Oh,
you
whoa,
show
crap.
up and
Okay, maybe I do need to get there
you
at
miss
4.
the dance, you're
Is that
late.
true?
Of course. Why would I lie?
I don't know.
It's
You just lied about shopping at
no, it's not
Kohl's.
that. It's mostly we're doing the fusion dance from DBZ. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, I might have to be there for that.
fusion shot. What? Trent, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Our power level. Yeah, that's when it goes bad. But our power level's over 9,000. So yeah, it's when our fingers are misaligned. We turn into Grim. So all right. Great. That's all fun. Okay, let's jump in and talk about schedule. Again, this is my like absolute favorite thing I've done this entire semester is the Ftve news. schedule because it absolutely shows me who has looked at it because you have to request permission to look at it. And I know which of you who have not asked to look at it quite yet. So no shade, but I just am mentally keeping you on my list in my brain. No, it doesn't matter. We look at it in class, and if you're looking at it, of course, hey, look, we did our trunk or treat. Nice. All right. November 1st. So this is a Saturday. This is going to be our first Saturday highlight. All right. And Dom has told me, Dom's got to work. Where do you work, Dom? Best Buy. No, you don't have, do you get to wear a blue shirt though? Blue polo? Those are dope. You don't like them? So what do you do in the warehouse then? I'm just always curious. Is it a good job? Well, I know. Well, most jobs are okay, right? Like unless you live in the dream being a film professor like me or making garlic videos. But some of us, jobs are jobs. Like I've had interesting jobs, but Best Buy is just okay. Good to know. Silas, you still there?
Yes.
So, Silas, you still work at the burger place, right?
Yes, I still work at Five Guys.
Is it last time I went in, you weren't there, so I didn't know if you got fired.
I work, okay, come on Saturday, Sunday, 4 to 8 is when I'm
I
there.
don't have that much money, so I probably
It kind of hurt me to charge you that
probably
much. I'm
used up my
sorry.
Five Guy budget for the year. So, um, well, it didn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that on Zoom. Never mind. Silas, how is working at Five Guys?
It's pretty good.
Better or worse than working at Best Buy?
I think it's probably better than working at Best Buy. I think they pay you
think
more.
so?
Well, because
You
what do they
more?
pay you at Best Buy?
Well, we're
The
not gonna
minimum
talk about
wage for
pay.
fast food is 20.
I'm kind of doing a bit here, so I would like it's objectively something you can't really say. Except I don't think you probably smell like burgers at the end of your day at Best Buy.
That's not
You
always a
smell,
bad thing,
you
Tim.
smell like a warehouse.
It's not always a bad thing.
I don't know. I worked in fast food for like a lot, and smelling like the thing that you have to sell all day kind of sucks.
That was a lot worse when I worked at the movie theater because I reeked like gross popcorn.
Yeah, I had that same job too, and cleaning I don't eat popcorn because of that job. Okay, well, thank you, Silas.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Bryce, is it better to work at Kohl's or Best Buy? Okay, that's a joke. You don't have to answer.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I have to try out Best Buy. Are they hiring?
Yeah, Best Buy is hiring.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out then.
You should check it out because come on, Kohl's is going to be out of the three options there. Okay, in class, let's all vote. Would you rather work at Best Buy? Raise your hands.
Wait, before you vote, remember you get discounts at the Sephora inside of Kohl's too if you don't like colognes or perfumes.
Whoa, the Sephora also. Okay, who would rather work at Five Guys? And who would want to work at Kohl's? Oh my gosh, Best Buy's by a landslide. Not even close, Bryce.
Hey, it's 35%.
Oh, Nick worked at Kohl's and he hated it. Where do you work now, Nick? You got laid off? So nowhere. So is it better to work at Kohl's or be laid off? Okay, laid off.
I honestly agree with that one.
You want to get laid off from Kohl's so you can collect. Oh, you didn't get laid off at Kohl's. Okay, well, okay, this has been a fun little game I'm doing. But that being said, November 1st is football. What, Nico, you want to film football?
If that is possible, if not, I can also do the editing because my father is a coach, so he can help me out, pick out some good highlights.
Great. Do you want to, I mean, as of right now, I think Noah's out. As of right now, I have no one filming football with me, which of course, Gav plays football at Gilroy High Stadium. You want to come?
Yeah, because he's huge in the football side.
Okay, Nico will join. Nico, and just so you know, we're only going to do highlights. So we'll probably, hopefully, we get highlights in the first half, and then we'll leave. So we'll probably only be there from 1 to
We'll be there enough to get some
Two.
concessions.
concessions. Yes.
I'm putting that.
You'll help too? Okay.
I also want to make sure that we get some.
So great. If you both show up, we'll do concessions. 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 That being said, though, like if anybody else wants to come and film, I would appreciate it. We're gonna shoot 2 cameras and we're shooting highlights. So zoom ins, we're hopefully they make a touchdown and we get it on camera. Okay, we're not gonna do any interviews. It's just gonna be a highlight reel, just like the soccer games that we did.
Action, just action.
No, I know no sports enough to. And sports ball people make me. I don't like watching sports, but I also know enough about sports to appreciate terms and stuff, right? So people are like sports ball, you know. That let's just. I filmed enough of everything to know enough about everything. Okay. So that being said, reminder. That is Saturday the 1st. I will be there at 1. I will see both of you there. I'll remind everyone on Wednesday as well in case they want to come. November 7th, which is a Friday, 6:30 volleyball. So far, Bryce and Silas said they will be filming that highlight reel. So November 7th, possibly be me as well. It's probably most likely going to be me. Starts at 6:30. Hopefully we're, I had to leave the Friday film. On the 7th, we are filming Sleep Paralysis, which is John is directing. All right, BT Dubs, John. Shot list. You have a shot list? Okay. We need a shot list by Wednesday. Okay? You could do it. You could ask Grant to help you with it or whatever. We want to make you successful. You didn't write the piece. You've read it? Okay, make a shot list. And then we need to, do you have your AD? Well, you don't have to be it if you don't want to, but you definitely can be the AD if you want. How important, so we're talking about this in our single camera production. How important is assistant director to a set?
Very, very, very important.
Very?
Instrumental, I would say. He's the person you fall back on.
I mean, they're the boss on the set. They're the people keeping the schedule. What is a film set like when you have a non-great AD?
It's a shit show.
It can be. You're volunteering for tribute? You're withdrawing? You're volunteering? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, what's fortunate is this Friday, we are having an AD workshop. Everybody's learning how to be an AD and what to do to be successful. So this might be a good opportunity to do something and learn it. AD, I think that any opportunity, but Phil, if you want to withdraw, we'll find John an AD. I recommend some of the students who have taken the course a couple times and want that experience. But it's a great experience to do, and if you have the skills, you'll be very valuable and you'll be asked to AD a lot. So you're the boss on set, you're keeping everyone on track, right? Marty, what do you think about an AD? ADs are cool, man. ADs are cool, man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, do you have any experience with a not as experienced AD? What do you think? Yes? Very much? What's your take on that? If the AD doesn't AD, then someone else will. Well, that's kind of like our sets, though. We're all students and we're learning, and we pick up the slack if we don't. And Grant and my job on set is to be there to be the producer and also be there to help you all learn, but also we're there to push you into situations that you might not be comfortable in. What?
It should let you guys know in advance.
And just got kept yelling at us, just being like.
Which aid? Wait, are we talking about? Huh? Started with a B. Their name started with a B? Oh, I think I know who it is then. I was gonna say Santi didn't read the script, but
No, never mind.
yeah.
I can't come, I can't go to.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I can go to the volleyball club.
all right. Nico, it's gonna be me and you then.
That's the thing. You said it's at 1 p.m. I'm out working till 4.
All right.
Do you have anybody doing the editing?
I don't. You can absolutely
That is
edit it
what
if you
I
want.
am. I'm also on the
Okay.
editing part, so I
Okay,
will do
great.
that for you.
Great. I love that.
So, you think that is completely without payment? You think it's best to throw me in with that cold to learn? Or do you think
What?
it's best that I take the workshop first?
Well, guess what? The workshop's happening before the actual shoot. So you'll have taken the workshop by the time that it's time to AD that shoot. So you're gonna learn, all right, fuck it, that's the way to do it. Fuck it, we'll do it live and someone else will support you if you're having a bad time. I know that even though Marty is banned from being an AD for the rest of the semester, Marty will 100% most likely help you or give you the form that you need to design the schedule. And I'm sure Marty would be open to asking and talking. Do you have a DP? Daniel is DPing. Great.
Daniel is the de facto DP. He really is.
The script is on Canvas.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
It just-
All the scripts are any script that's written is already up there. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. We've talked about this. We've talked about GAF TV. We've watched the GAF TV. You know, currently, y'all should be always checking out what's on there. Of course, speaking of Daniel,
Core mission of the student
you can see our finished,
the student workers union.
our student workers union is sitting here with 36 whopping views in 3 days. Okay. All right. How many of you subscribed, liked and subscribed? Did you like and subscribe? Hey guys, like below, like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Ring that bell, everybody. All right. If you're in any of my classes too, you get extra credit for watching GAF TV, except for this class. Oh yeah. Except for this class, because we make the GAF TV. Everybody else would get credit because we just watch them in here. All right. It's one of those three. Go for it. All right. While we're at it, why don't we talk about, hey, Angel. Let's pull up GarageBand. All right. So your next project is an audio project. And the point of this is just to learn proper audio recording. Audio is as important as video. If you watch something and it's got bad audio, it's going to be as distracting as bad video, right? Yeah, video did kill the radio star. Ooh, hoo, hoo, right? Yeah. And then Radiohead was a creep, right? Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to practice some good audio technique. Now, what I want for all of you for your audio project, it could people. I basically am interested in you making a podcast. Who here listens to podcasts? Whoa, okay. Steven, what podcast do you like? What's your favorite podcast? You have to recommend me one podcast.
Let me think. There's.
No pressure. It's gotta be really good though.
Okay,
No
it's
pressure.
Really, really good. Okay, okay. It's the.
No pressure.
Okay, there's that's just the daddies. There's one. There's also.
Welcome to Night Vale, yeah.
Yeah, and,
You gotta pick
the
one.
Magnus Archives. The Magnus Archives.
The what, Mark?
The Magnus Archives. Is really good.
Magnus Archives. I don't know if that one. I might not. I've
I
only
listened
like.
to Welcome to Night Vale after finishing the Magnus Archives. So fun. I didn't know it was a tragedy. I thought it was just like horror.
Was recommended from the night round and it's stuck on. So I might do my.
Oh, is this a Is this like a audio play type of thing, story, or is it a podcast?
It's fictional podcast.
Fictional podcast. So yeah, story. So like Welcome to Night Vale is kind of a audio play, but it's a written story that is acted out. So that's one of the options you can do in the class. That's a great example. Thank you. Daniel, what podcast do you listen to? Who? Matt. Okay, so this is of course Shane Gillis's podcast, right? Shane Gillis. Yeah, he's a
You know
comedian.
what's in your cheap protein powder? Well, here to tell us is all natural fitness athlete Paul Strong. All right, let's see. Wow, wow, West.
All right. So it's these comedians. It looks like it's an audio video podcast. Guess what? For audio video class, you can do a video podcast if you want, just like the one we looked at for Santi did, but you don't have to. This one to get full credit, it's just got to be an audio podcast. It's got to be, this is the only one that I'll make you do a time limit. You have to talk for over 15 minutes. Okay? You can make it as long as you want, and I will listen to every single second. I also recommend teaming up. You can do it together, but I want at least 15 minutes of sustained talking and or content. Okay? That could include music. That can include an intro and outro. Questions about that? My whole point is I want you to be able to, I think the main thing where people fail in this class is just like Shane and whoever this is, Matt. So this is kind of a friend podcast, or the Joe Rogan podcast is kind of, they are professional comedians who can talk and have practice talking. So they go in with no script and just have a conversation, right? I'm going to tell you right now, those are the ones that fail the most in this class, or at least they're the ones that make me want to drive my car into the freeway because it's just, if it's you, Nico and I are best friends and we have all our own jokes and we're talking we're funny. So people will think we're funny. It's funny if you're like on the inside, right? And that's like part of what's fun about podcasting too, is like these friend casts, once you start listening, you like get that parasocial relationship where you think you're friends with these people. But you want a topic. The best podcasts have somewhat of an organization. Even something like this, they're like, oh, like professional comedians have the ability to be entertaining and just talk about nothing. Although I would say like podcasts like this aren't really my thing. Like Joe Rogan podcast is like 4 hours long, and I really don't, those are just time killer podcasts too, where it's like I'm working in the warehouse at Best Buy and I need something to fill my brain for 4 hours. Okay, let me listen to the longest podcast imaginable. Now, I've mentioned it before. I've done hundreds of podcasts, but am I good at it? No, but I have experience. That being said, I think that like some level of organizations, and even if you just draw an outline of like, hey, let's say I'm doing a movie podcast. Who wants to do a movie podcast? Anybody? Okay, Nico and I are doing a movie podcast. What movie are we talking about?
I mean, because it's October time.
I bet you're well, even if it wasn't October time, be real. You're gonna pick a horror film.
If it's
All right.
specific group.
Great. We're talking about Nico and I are gonna choose something right from his wheelhouse, and we're gonna talk about Downton Abbey 3, the finale movie. Okay? No, tell me the horror film you want to talk about.
Okay, there's like, I guess 3. If it's in October time, obviously Halloween's one of them.
Okay, Halloween. We're talking about the movie Halloween. Okay, so if we had a movie podcast, what do you think our audience would want to listen to? How could we organize Halloween, our movie podcast with Tim and Nico?
So
How do we start?
I would personally first start it with obviously introductions, but that needs to be done very fast because that was one of the things I don't like in podcasts where they take like up to 5 or 10 minutes just introducing themselves. Do that.
Oh, who dropped off?
After that, I would basically talk about you and I's personal history with the film or with the franchise and how we personally feel about it. And then we'd probably go into the nitty-gritty about the film's details, its history, and basically what it means to a generation of people that have grown up with horror films like that back in the 70s, like that are way older than us, and people like us now who watch this film that's a classic, and that it's kind of stood the test of time.
All right, Bryce just walks in for people at home. Bryce, can you show us your Kohl's cash? It's on an app. I don't want to see it. Never mind. I wanted physical Kohl's cash. Okay, Nico was coming up with a great outline for the Halloween podcast. But just think about if I was write down the podcast intros. Yes, it's always good. When you make a podcast, you have to imagine that this is somebody's first podcast listening and somebody's last podcast listening. So if you think it's going to be somebody's last podcast, what can you do to keep them entertained, right? Hey, come back, listen. Repetition is good for a lot of podcast listeners. People like routines and it's comforting. I mean, especially when you're making a podcast. Now, this is what's fun about podcasts is it is the most disposable piece of media there is out of everything, even worse than TikToks. Because people will be like, hey, listen to this, check out this TikTok. Whereas have you ever recommended a podcast to a person? Do you ever be like, hey, this is a great podcast. Let's listen to this 2.5 hour clip together. No, you're going to be like, hey, you like podcasts? There's a really funny podcast I listen to. It's called X, Y, or Z, whatever you're listening. Oh, it's the movie podcast with Tim and Nico. They just did Halloween. Check it out. You know, that's going to be the recommendation. Yes.
One time I was in the car with my dad. True crime podcast I really want you to listen to, and he had me sit in the car with him listening to like this first like I don't know like 10 minutes of like I don't want to hear like
I'm gonna tell you right now, I have had that experience so many times where I'm in the car and I'm like, check out this podcast I'm listening to. It's really great. And then it's the most embarrassing results every single time because the person then is like, you like this? And I'm like, well, you know, you have to listen to like 10. Yeah, you don't get it. You have to listen to like 10 episodes to understand all the jokes that like this is a really funny episode. You don't even know that I'm listening to the Doughboys where they review fast food, but they're talking about hot salad and you don't know what that means or whatever. So yeah, whatever it is, I've had that exact experience. And I feel like it's always a mistake I make, so I don't recommend podcast. I can just say, hey, you like the Gilmore Girls? The Gilmore Guys is a funny podcast with hey, I'm Tim, I'm Nico, and this is the movie podcast. We're talking about Friday the 13th. And then I would probably go, you know, what's macro to micro or broad to narrow. So you start with like the big picture. Hey, this is directed by who? This was made then, and all this stuff. This is the plot. And then let's talk about our five favorite scenes, or like you could come up with segments, right? Like segments are really fun things that you can make little stingers for. Who has a favorite segment on one of your podcasts? Cool. That's cool. Nick.
I like this one called Ftve. And it's about horror movies. And sometimes they'll play like a random sound from a kill in a movie, and they'll try to guess what movie.
That's a fun game. Yeah, games are fun if you can come up with a game. Those are always fun. I like to do. Oh my gosh, whatever that was, Nico. That was like the grossest thing I've ever seen.
That's a great. That's a great.
I don't want to see it. If that's a
That's a great.
disgusting looking grape,
Greatest
at least
I've ever seen.
from this angle, it looked like a pussy boil to me. So, and if it's a grape, sure.
Saying you don't like looking at pussy boys?
I-
Great.
Okay, my mistake for looking at your phone. So I feel like that's my bad. So, okay. That pussy boy. Hey, the segment could be pussy boils, and I show you an image. I show you an image, and you have to guess: is it a grape or not? Right here. All right, let's play it right now.
Oh, God.
All right. All right. Here's our game. All right. Who wants to play first? Are these grapes or pussy boils?
I think the one on the left and the one in the middle are pussy boys.
The joke. Well, you're right. They all are. These are all pussy boils, which are the nickname for grapes, of course. Okay. All right. But yeah, coming up with games, fun games are a good way to do that. I would say in 15 minutes, if you're just going to make a 15-minute podcast, I would come up with like 3 segments. So if our movie cast is only 15 minutes, we have our intro, we have the overview about the film, which could include props and history, and then we talk about our opinions. And then I always like to tease what's next, right? Like, hey, next week we're going to be talking about Friday the 13th. Do you like Friday the 13th, Nico? Are you excited to watch it again? Great. Thank you, Nico. I'm sure our podcast is going to be a great success. So yeah, but that's a great point to bring up too. Nico, of course, we chose horror films, right? Because if you talk to Nico, you know Nico is passionate about horror movies. Do a podcast about something you know about. Do a podcast that right now, choose a topic that you could talk 15 minutes easily about. I know we all have something about that, right? Michael, what would your topic be? Family Guy videos while subway surfing? Yeah. Yeah, no, but seriously, think about what Bryce, what could you talk 15 minutes about?
So much stuff. Like any of my favorite shows, basketball, Steph Curry specifically. He's the greatest player of all time.
Steph Curry? Do you know what I hate about Steph Curry? No, Steph Curry is amazing. I've been to a Warriors game, and to see Steph Curry like make threes in person is amazing. But he does something that I absolutely hate. It's disgusting. He wears a mouth guard, right, to protect his teeth, and in between he like chews it so it sticks up out of his mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a high percentage when he does.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I think it's disgusting.
Babe Ruth pointed his hands out, and when he wanted to hit something.
Wherever, yeah, Babe Ruth points out somewhere, that's the ball goes. Oh, listen.
Is that for?
Big Bambino.
See, look at this. I hate this.
I don't think he really does it much anymore.
He does it all the time. Every game. Oh, it's all I watch. He stopped. He stopped. Look.
These are all about sports, is that they all have superstitions about them.
Exactly.
Like, that's the thing that probably keeps it.
It's like black magic.
Yeah, there's a magic to it. You can curse someone.
Yeah, he's pretty young there, but.
Yeah, that's overextended.
If you sit in one chair.
All right, here, mouth guard. 2025.
Okay.
Like Howard.
Howard, like,
Your soul is mine.
your soul is steal your ball.
See, this is gross. Like you tune into any Warriors game, and it's like there's like 3 minutes of content just watching this guy chomp on his thing.
Chomping on it like it's a
Yeah.
cigar.
So I'll tell you, it's bad. I don't like it. He is pretty great. He's pretty goated. The best ever though? Curry?
The only one I'll say is Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. He's better than legends.
He's better than LeBron. Huh. Well, did you know that LeBron saved the serververse from
Jesus Christ.
Talking about.
No, he's doing his freaking Space Jam shit.
LeBron,
Hey, you know what Michael Jordan? You
That's
know what
so
Michael
big.
Jordan did? Michael Jordan stopped aliens. He stopped aliens.
well, I'm just saying, but LeBron saved the serververse.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was amazing.
So you can
He
see
defeated
Pennywise.
Algae Rhythm.
I love seeing
and-
Pennywise right next to who was he right next to? Bunch of kids, I think.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
It's
Harry-
crazy.
Yeah, and Agent Smith from The Matrix. Of course, who doesn't love Space Jam 2, A New Legacy?
Alex from Clockwork Orange. He's just there.
Yeah, the Droogs were there, of course. Yeah.
Crazy. They're about
Well,
to
we're
do
describing the best movie made ever, right?
especially when Porky Pig does his B.I.G. rap.
Yeah, PIG.
Jesus.
Yeah. What are you
Yes,
talking-
it goes out to B.I.G.
Yeah. Well, we're describing a great film, everybody.
Oh,
Like
such a great movie. It made me-
Algae Rhythm. We all remember the best villain ever, Algae Rhythm.
Algae Rhythm.
Yeah. It accurately predicted the horrors of AI.
You got a point there. They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers kind of.
All right.
hitting the
So why are we
spot.
talking about Steph Curry? Okay, so this would be our Steph Curry podcast about, or we could do our movie cast about Space Jam 2. Yeah, A New Legacy, a movie that I'm obsessed with, which I have talked about on multiple podcasts because I love that. Okay, so yeah, so there's friend casts. There's like the Night Vale is a written out script with acted that's heavily edited. People like to do these friend casts. There's also topic based podcasts like we talked about, your favorite movie, your favorite show. Lots of popularity. My podcast that I used to do was about the TV show Survivor, and we would record our episode the day after it aired, and we would often talk about an episode of Survivor is 44 minutes long, and our podcast was probably 2 hours long. So 2 hours about a 1 hour TV show, essentially. Mine has, or 44 minutes, right? You're looking at me, but that's like the type of thing where it's like we had segments. We would play a game. We would talk about, whoa, where's the strategy going? Where are you going from there? It's a competition podcast, so there's inherent drama also. We got, because of that podcast, I got to interview people who were on the show. I got to that seemed a lot cooler in my head before I said it out loud. I never got to meet Jeff Probst.
You ever got to meet like Jeff Bridges?
What?
Dude.
It'd be cool to meet Jeff Bridges. Okay. So that being said, let's actually record a podcast.
Wow.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose GarageBand, which is on Mac.
Sorry, just for my ringtones.
You make your ringtone.
No, I just like download a video into Rock Band and then.
Rock Band.
No, sorry, Garage.
Rock Band. You
No,
like play your
Garage.
ringtone. GarageBand.
Garage Band. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I have the app for
Bryce.
So you said we could partner up for this?
Yes.
Partner up with people that aren't in this class?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to use people in this class. So if you want to bring in your friend who is talking, we're that. Yeah. Grant would love to do a Warriors podcast.
There's a podcast called The Talking Heads.
Grant is a huge Warriors fan. The reason I went and saw the Warriors was for Grant's engagement party. I went to, yeah.
There's
Huh?
a podcast named The Talking Heads.
Well, would I know that? Okay.
I'm genuinely curious.
Talking Heads. Well,
Wait, no way. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it's gotta be like 5.
Oh, that's bad.
Let's get.
Oh my God.
I go back to my K-12 self.
Okay, you're that upset. But that being said, look, they haven't put out a new episode since 2024.
Okay, well that's a
But
long time ago.
that's just their podcast there. By the way, all podcasts eventually die. But look, here's the Talking Heads, a gardening
Hey, that's
podcast.
better. That's nicer.
And hey, look, their latest episode came out this week. Let's listen.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Talking Heads
Not
podcast.
expect that accent.
I can just make shit up.
It's been a dry, long summer, so we're thankful that autumn has arrived and so has some rain. Grass is greening up,
Oh, we're in a
borders are taking on their mellow hues, and trees are preparing for their winter slumber. But not before the foliage fireworks begin.
Autumn is a time to rejoice in all the year's hard work. Slap
Lucy
yourself on the
Chamberlain
back and
is
enjoy
so
the final
welcome.
few weeks of beauty in the garden. It's also a prime time in the vegetable gardens and allotments as pumpkins, potatoes, and the last of the peas and beans are harvested and enjoyed as the temperatures.
Okay, so because you're all talking and making fun of the people just because they have British accents.
No.
Um,
No.
Yeah, you're just okay. Now, okay, great. British people sound funny. Yes, I agree. Now that we've reached that point of sounding funny, what I do want to point out about their podcast, at least, they had music that went on for too long, but I don't know, maybe they're trying to, their podcast is 33 minutes long, so maybe they're trying to hit a certain length for a specific reason. But I also want to note that just listening to them speak, and of course, I'm sitting here talking, and all of you are making "Hello, I'm from London" jokes. Take a listen. What do you note about this first part?
Back and enjoy the final few weeks of beauty in the garden. It's also a prime time in the vegetable gardens and allotments as pumpkins, potatoes, and the last of the peas and beans are harvested and enjoyed as the temperatures dip and the nights draw in.
So, with tales of how Sue and I are preparing for the last hurrah of the gardening year, join us as we delve into the autumn spectacle in the life of the modern professional gardener.
So they're basically telling you what you could have missed, like throughout the rest of the world.
Essentially, what that is their intro, right? That's their introduction, and they also composed a script which they read, right? Hey, we're gonna write this script of the intro and every piece after that. Now, these are professional gardeners. We'll have to assume now they're just going to get into casual talk, but this is more hyper produced. This would almost be like an NPR style podcast where we're going to like write down, they basically wrote an outline and they have this intro every week. So you can be like, yes, finally we can listen to the pumpkins and potatoes episode. I've been waiting all season. We'll make
worst fireworks are
entertaining if it's like turned into like a floral, like a.
Well, hello, it's Saul Walker. I am refreshed, revived, had a lovely week off.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing with podcasts too, as a person who had a podcast and had, a couple hundred of listeners, you put stuff out there. Podcasts are one of those things that like your episode could just hit for no reason. And then you have a back catalog. Saul and Storm here.
I bet they're nice people.
Well-
I bet they're very nice people.
Well, this is episode 285.
That means they're making it for a reason. They have to have some reason.
It's a hobby. It can be a hobby. You can just do it for
Or do they
fun, right?
listen to the talking heads?
Well,
I'm going to plug where I went because I went to Centre Parks at Elvedon Forest and I've never been before. Do you know what? I've never had the cleanest fingernails. I went down that plume, I don't know how many times. And the Whitewater Rapids, clean, peachy clean. And well, until the very day.
yeah, I get it.
You can't rag on us.
You can't watch Doctor Who.
I'm just-
You don't like Doctor Who?
I'm not. The British accents are not the problem. It's I don't care about the flume and her fingernails or whatever. So great. I'm sure people like that. Look, you have your LinkedIn. You can see the outro music. They're crediting it. Here's the hosts. But can we see how many views it has? We can't really.
Yeah, the titles are too long.
Yeah, that's a pretty long title. But I will tell you right now, this is like their blog. So you host your podcast from a blog. It's your RSS feed. The RSS feed then feeds your podcatchers, which are all of like where we listen. How do you listen to who listens on Apple Podcasts? Spotify is a great one. Amazon Music. YouTube also, right? YouTube would be a fine way. So look, if we do a search, Talking Heads podcast. Heads podcast. Gardening. And we can see like here, okay, check it out. Here it is on Apple Podcasts. And what we can note about our Apple Podcasts is they have 314 episodes. We can look at their ratings and reviews. 26 people. Well, that being said, at the end of every episode, you should say, please rate and review our podcast and give us 5-star reviews.
Someone be like, I'm growing tired of Lucy cutting Saul.
Oh, here's a negative review. 3 stars. Yeah, I'm growing tired of Lucy always cutting Saul off when he's trying to talk. He is so accommodating to her. She should let him talk and take a freaking breath. Jeez. All right. So our reviews.
1 stars. There's a couple 1 stars. Is there?
Yeah, there.
I want to see that.
That it's not necessarily reviews.
Oh, wait.
All right. Look, there's only like 6 reviews. So
So it's 28. It's not fair.
these are ratings, not reviews.
5 reviews, but it's not.
Okay, look, nearly perfect. This podcast is so informative and topical. If you are a plant nerd or just want to learn about horticulture, probably best suited towards those who have a starting knowledge base. The 2 hosts are charming and incredibly knowledgeable. Tiny complaint would be her overuse of the word massive and his overuse of the word classic. Oh, that's classic and massive. Okay, whatever. We're reading reviews of a gardening podcast now. That being said, is that the only? Your name is going to be important for SEO, and it's always good. Talking Heads, of course, is podcast. Now, Talking Heads, are they talking about heads of lettuce? Is that why they're talking heads? Like, okay.
The ones that we saw.
Talking Heads is the name of a band.
I know that
So-
too, but there's also a German phrase being someone that is a talking head.
Well, yeah.
Like, we get like a podcast of a talking zombified head, just like random. Talking head.
Here's Talking Heads. Here's Talking Heads with Dr. Nusha V podcast.
This looks wild. Psychological.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
So
70s psychedelic.
looks like.
Very super graphic.
I feel like I'm about to go into Alien right now.
All right, let's jump into.
This is Talking Heads. Explore the latest in research and policy about serious mental health disorders with Dr. Nusha Niv.
Today's guest is Dr. Sandra Resnick. She is a licensed clinical psychologist, a professor in the Department of Psychiatry at Yale University School of Medicine, Deputy Director of the Department of Veterans Affairs Northeast Program Evaluation Center, and Director of the Veterans Health Administration National Measurement-Based Care and Mental Health Initiative. She is also a valued colleague, and I'm so glad she's here today. Welcome, Sandy. Thank you so much for joining me.
It's great to be here, Nusha. Thanks.
Let's start off with you. What led you to psychology and
Okay.
more specifically the focus on psychosis?
Oh, so that's interesting.
So notably, we have different audio qualities in this one. Why do you think that is?
So you recorded an intro on a nice setup, and then the interview was done by phone.
The interview is most likely done by phone and or Zoom or Skype. One of the ways. Skype's destroyed, but used to record all my podcasts on Skype, and then now people do podcasts on Zoom. You just pull the audio off your Zoom and have that. But a good podcast is dependent on what? Having a microphone and a good microphone. We can have your quality of your podcast will be dependent on your microphone. Now, this is a condenser microphone. Check. Okay. Because GarageBand's open. That's why we're hearing it. But the caliber of your microphone will determine the caliber of your podcast. If I don't use a microphone, I'm just using my Mac laptop built-in microphone or my AirPod microphone, it's going to sound way different. If I'm talking onto a phone and just using that, it's going to be less quality fidelity. So if you were like, hey, I want to do a podcast, but we have microphones. We have definitely different types of quality of microphones. So that being said, we'll set you up. You've seen the microphone that we used when we what Sennheiser or we have these condenser This is a podcast microphone that is designed specifically to be podcasting. This microphone is 15 years old and sounds perfectly fine. Is it the best audio quality? Our audio files in here would definitely say it's all right. But that being said, I'm talking into the microphone and we can hear that it's giving somewhat of a cleaner fidelity, right? It's coming out of my MacBook laptop speakers is also going to change the caliber of audio that is coming out of. So these are all things that we need to keep in mind. But if we're recording our audio, number one thing we need is a microphone. You can borrow microphones here. The podcast booth will have it set up and you can pick whatever type of microphones you want to use. We have condenser microphones. This is a USB microphone. It's useful because it plugs directly into the computer, which I'm going to record to. Our bigger microphones, we have to use the switcher to get into, a mixer to get into. Sorry, switchers different. Okay, so choosing a microphone is important. What do you think the number 2 piece of equipment you need to make a podcast? A computer, a recording audio source. We might just have you in there in the podcast room, not with the computer though. We could give you the Zoom, right? And you could plug your microphones directly into the Zoom and there you go. So a recording source. So a microphone, a recording source. What's number 3? No. Huh? This is almost as important as the microphone. You need something to record the audio. You need something to get your audio translated to digital. But if you are recording without monitoring capability, you might as well throw that audio away. What is headphones? Yes. Monitoring ability to hear yourself, to hear the other person. Because as I'm doing right now, this does not provide the best audio quality because I'm also getting spill from my own microphone. And what happens if you record yourself recording is you get a what? Feedback, a feedback loop. And what does that mean? You ever look in a mirror and see yourself and you have a mirror behind you and you see yourself infinity, right? Well, with audio in that term, I could do this right now. Ready for feedback, everybody? This is going to suck. This will suck. A phone getting close to another phone, but it's recording. Okay. Select our speaker. Check, check, check. That's our speaker. It should be coming out of the TV. Check. Oh, that's the Zoom. Duh. Okay. Here we go. Advanced, general. Inputs there. Monitoring's on. Turn off feedback protection. And my monitor. Sorry, 1 second. I don't know if this program's gonna let me do it. Settings. I'm in my settings. Output. Here we go. Should be. Am I coming out of the TV? Oh, okay. And there's a slight delay. So it's fun to talk and have to hear yourself. But of course, my microphone is extremely what? Where's my recording pattern like with this microphone?
From above, from behind, and
It's directional, but is it directional?
it's omni. Or is it not omni?
Is it omni?
Omnidirectional.
It could be. So it is a cardioid mic, but it has 3 settings on the back. So it can be omni, it can be directional, or it can be bidirectional. So that Nico and I could have, because you can see there's microphone back here, there's opening for microphone back here and the front. So if Nico and I could just be talking like this and being a 2-person podcast with just this microphone. Hey, Nico.
Hey.
Should get up close to the mic.
All right.
All right. We're almost kissing at this point.
Yeah,
but
this is uncomfortable.
yeah, it's pretty nice. So I would never use it that way. But here we go. We're going to do some feedback. It's not really doing it. A little bit. It's not as bad as I hope. It's because the mic is limiting how much information is keeping in. And you can notice that when I talk, I sound much better when I'm closer to it, right? It's because of the type of microphone. It's not like a shotgun microphone where I point it. Hey, Daniel, what do you think of this? Can't hear him at all, right? He's not recorded at all. So you really have to be close to microphones like this. And knowing your recording pattern is going to be important. Check. Check. Why'd it get weird like that? Okay. So it's a feedback loop is basically the audio that's coming out of the speakers going back into there and it's recording and usually amplifies and gets loud and happens the most when you're like at a concert or open stage area and the person with the microphone standing too close to the monitor or the speaker, and then it creates that feedback loop. Questions about that? Yeah. Yes.
So what if you're doing a very low budget podcast, a low budget, not owning any microphones?
Yes.
How would you feel about that?
So, anybody have an answer to this question?
You have a laptop, you use the microphone of the laptop.
Mm-hmm. What else? Well, I will tell you right now, number one, we'll talk about techniques like this. I'm going to turn off monitoring because it is distracting to have to listen to yourself on a slight delay. So yeah, if I don't have a microphone like this, well, Bryce, I'm going to tell you, you're a fortunate guy right now because you're in this class and you have access to the podcast room and coming on campus to record your podcast. I mean, yeah, do you have to talk directly after? Could you collect your thoughts and then come together? Or if you wanted to do it at home, how would I do it at home? Okay, let me show you a really cool way. Okay, let me show you a good way. You have a phone. Great. Do you have a phone that has a memo, voice memos? You have a microphone. You have a way to record your audio podcast, right?
Yeah, that's better than just like a phone camera.
Yes, this will be better because what? Let me tell you the thing though about your phone. Bryce, why do you think I'm talking this close to my phone? Please answer.
I would say it's bad. It doesn't pick up on when it's far away.
Huh. Interesting. Let's take a listen. All right. How would I rate my voice memo app? Great. 5 stars. Write a review? No. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to share this. I'm going to airdrop it to my MacBook. Great. Bryce, why do you think I'm talking this close to my phone? Please answer. Huh. Interesting. Let's take a listen. So, that being said, what did we notice about the quality or the sound of recording with our phone? It's extremely directional. You have to be really close. But I think that in the situation, you ever watch like YouTube influencers or TikTokers and they come up and they have their phone upside down like this and using it as a way to go back and forth, just like you did with the interviews for Ftve News. Nico, so I really liked Halloween. What was your favorite part?
Most definitely the part where.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. But so Bryce, if you're going to do that and have 2 people, going back and forth is going to be a thing because also if I'm talking and I go like this and I keep talking, it's not going to sound good. The other thing that I would note is take a listen to this. Bryce, why do you think I'm talking this close to my phone? Please answer. What do we notice about my audio quality there? Not the best. Comparatively to this, it sounds different, right? But what specifically? Bryce, why do you think I'm talking this close to my phone? Great. Audio files in here. What is that called? And most notably, the effect that's happening right now happens more so on a certain word or certain words that start with a certain letter. Do we know what it is? Popping P's, right? Do you know what those are called? T's? P's are pulsives. Pulsives are P words that give you that popping sound. So specifically, my phone's microphone is designed to be actually farther away from my mouth than when I was like right here. But getting here, so finding the sweet spot where let's record another video or another voice memo. Is there, we'll talk about that in a second. Is there a windscreen for a phone? But I'm going to say, Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. 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 Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. I also chose S because there's essing. Essing is another noise called sibilance. Sibilance will give you the sound. Oh, I'm still recording. All right, let's take a listen. Is there, we'll talk about that in a second. Is there a windscreen for a phone? But I'm going to say, Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. 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 Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. You hear that? Sibilance, impulsive. So those are, essing is another noise called, okay, all right, I forgot to stop recording. But those are things to note. How would you fix it? Phil said a windsock. Yes, A windsock cuts down on pulsives and sibilants. A windsock. So my microphone doesn't have a windsock though. Why don't I need it for the here? Let's turn the monitor back on. Sally sells Peter Piper picked a peck a peck a peck a pepper peck a Perry Perry the platypus. Do you hear the popping peas? Perry pickled peppers. No, it's not as bad as the other one. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. The delay really screws me up. So, but that being said, we hear that it's better. Why is this microphone different from that microphone? See what's on the front of the microphone here? It's a metal grate that basically is part of the design. If you look at most microphones, you're not talking directly into the microphone filament. That is how it's designed, the element that pulls in your audio. It has what would be considered a sound guard. Now, in front of this, if I still had issues with wind noise or pulsives, I could even have a another filter in front of it. In fact, I think we have one. Actually.
Okay, so there's A.
What if I just didn't come back?
I was saying, what if I just walk up there, sit in the chair, and start
Explaining
talking
the.
about it?
Yeah.
And I go more. Okay, so you have.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't see our filter guard in there for some reason. So someone must have moved it. But basically, it would be another piece of fabric that comes up and blocks my mouth so that it helps delay some of that. We have some other. Here's another old USB microphone. If you want to. There you go, Phil. It's a Newman. Microphone right there. This right here, what do you think this does? It's the what?
I was gonna say that's the
It's soundproofing. Yeah. But what this allows you to do is it removes echo. So in a echoey room, your voice sounds more hollow. But if I put this in front of my voice here, you can already hear a difference, right? I'm in an echoey room right now, which means my audio, the waveforms of my voice are bouncing, hitting the walls and coming back and triangulating. And if you walk, I would encourage all of you, once we get in the lab, go into the podcast room and see we have soundproofing in that room on the walls, which help reduce the amount of thing. Because me talking into this foam, this soundproof foam, really does change everything. So if I'm recording my podcast, I could even have it so my podcast microphone's right here, and it is bouncing just so I'm not talking into a reflected wall. This is a portable podcast studio. Basically, you could take it and improve your audio quality. There's tons of stuff that we can do. Okay. So we have headsets that we will listen to. What I tend to do is you can even use I'll use my AirPod just as a monitor so that I can hear the other person talking. Like we'll say that. Pod. Now, AirPods, I'm going to tell you right now, have microphones built into them. They're probably the shittiest microphones you're going to ever use. If you're using your AirPods as a recording feature, it is going to be low grade dog garbage, dog do. In fact, you want to hear it? Let's see if I can add my AirPod output device Here's my input device. Okay. Let's do mod. Okay. Hold on a second. I don't need to talk into that because it's all right. Here we go. Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tim's podcast, where Tim is giving an audio feature or audio instructions about how to record podcast to his class. Today we welcome Nico, who's his guest, but he's not allowed to talk. Okay, that's it. This like and subscribe.
Where's the like, where's the subscribe, where's the plug for the other content you can find on Patreon?
Where's the add to playlist feature?
All right, hold on.
Where's the tour?
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
We're living in 2025, damn it.
Podcasts like these are made in part by donations from people like you. So make sure that when you go to betterhealth.com or the socks or what are other things that subscribe? What are some other advertisements? Oh yeah, follow my Patreon. Make sure to leave me a 5-star review. Also, check out my other videos where I watch someone play Five Nights at Freddy's and I react to someone playing Five Nights at Freddy's. No. All right. All right. Let's. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the TV, listen to the different audio quality. All right, there we go. Fun with audio.
Boring.
Hi, and welcome.
Sorry.
That's literally what I sound like, but thank you. All right, let's turn off the metronome.
Sorry.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tim's podcast, where Tim is giving an audio feature or audio instructions about how to record podcasts to his class. Today we welcome Nico, who's his guest, but he's not allowed to talk. Okay, that's it. Podcasts like these are made in part by donations from people like you. So make sure you go to BetterHelp. There's a night and day difference, right? Night and day. What? How would you describe this audio versus that audio?
First one.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tim's podcast. It sounds like I'm talking into a tin can. And I'll tell you, Apple wireless headphones stink. Now, if you have wired headset, welcome to the future. You've time traveled 5 years. But wired headset microphone is a useful microphone if you know how to record. Just like where you hold your phone, if you hold that like little speaker that's always right here up to your mouth, you can get better quality audio. Definitely much better quality audio than this right here. Okay, questions or comments? More clarity. It's like these are made in part by donations from people.
If you had like, because it's like in your ear and it's further away from your mouth, but if you use the same.
You want to see?
Like an extended mic.
You're gonna try to get me to swallow my microphone, right? All right, here we go.
Just put the mic closer to your mouth.
Let's try that. Phil, I love experimenting. Let's do that.
I'm guessing the mic itself is not so great, but it might sound a smidge better.
Well, what if I did this? Let's put both my earbuds in, okay? Let's say use. All right, that's my output. This is my input. All right, Phil, you ready to hear this? Hi, and welcome to this podcast that I'm doing with this headset. Now, if I do it like this, is it going to be different? Or maybe if I take it closer here, is this going to change it at all? Or what if I take them both here and talk right? Oh, it looked, it stopped recording. Okay. Cool. Let me tell you right now, not a good audio experience in my head. But let's plug back into the TV and let's take a listen. Hi, and welcome to this podcast that I'm doing with this headset. Now, if I do it like this, is it going to be different? Or maybe if I take it closer here, is this going to change it at all? Or what if I take them both?
So the quality itself is still not big, it's just louder.
It's just louder, and I was talking louder. Maybe it's a performance thing too. Still kind of sounds tinny to me. So I think it's the audio quality and having to be Bluetooth microphones. I think even if this was a Bluetooth microphone, you'd have the same experience because you're transmitting it. I think you lose some fidelity. So wired is always going to be a better way to go. Okay, so we recorded my podcast. Now what should I do? Hit publish? Gotta edit. Yes, editing is important. Now, of course, we can go crazy with the edit or not as crazy with the edit, but for me, I like the podcast to his class. The main thing I would get rid of is like these vocal those are vocal fillers, right? It's the sound some of us make when we talk. I started podcasting with one goal in mind. I was a bad public speaker. I had performance issues speaking because of my dyslexia, which made me be a very slow and deliberate speaker. I started podcasting with the goal in mind of being like, hey, I just want to do something that would, like anything, exercise my brain to learn how to fill silences. Now, you've definitely all, since I talk a lot in class, you've all heard me do my vocal tics or whatever. I say I think is my main one that I say. And now that you're paying attention to it, you'll notice every time that I say But that being said, that is kind of the sound my body makes when I'm trying to think of the next thing I want to say. But it used to be very bad. I used to say between every word. But through podcasting and also through editing myself podcasting, I know how much work it takes to get rid of those ums. Yes.
A very similar experience when I was first making this hour long. The video ended up being out like an hour long. So when I drag like the little thing through the audio and I just hear it go and I'm like, oh, it's hear that. Then I look at the waves and I'm just like, yeah, I can see it too.
It's absolutely one of those things that, yeah, like looking at it here, just looking at your waveforms, which of course, this is what the visual representation of audio. And I can see that like, there's a bit of silence and there's like a little thing right here. So I know that if I click here, it's just going to be me saying, right? And that, can we look and find something similar?
There's two big waveforms there.
Just play. Okay, that wasn't one. Maybe that to someone playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, I was too busy doing. Okay, which waveforms? This right here. The socks. So the bigger it is, the wider it's more volume you have to it. So certain words will look different and have certain patterns. That's always something to think about. Now I'm aware of it. Okay. So what I want you to do, because I feel like I've talked out for the day, we need to think about what you're going to do, who you're going to do it with, and if you want to use the podcast, studio, yes, you can do it. But if you want to do it at home, Bryce, voice memo is a good way. Audacity is a name of a program that is free and works on both Mac and PCs. I use GarageBand because GarageBand's here. I don't think GarageBand is a very good app. You can record editors in I offline all. All right, hold on a second. Essentially, what I do when I record our BTS videos is a podcast. I watch and I live react to the BTS footage. How many of you have listened to any of the BTS videos? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I get it. I'm nasally. Yes. Yes, I'm very aware. Now I'm touching my nose. You got me self-conscious. Okay. But that's fine. I like being made fun of. So
Do you know what's in your cheap protein powder?
no, I don't know what's in my cheap protein powder. But I'll tell you right now, I don't even have protein powder. Enough. You can see. Look, I have my original, which then became this one. So they're exactly the same account. This was before Google bought it. Then I have that one. I have this one. I have Christopher Ranch and I have Ftve. What? Judging me? I get paid to run this one. I get paid to run that one. I get paid to run that one. And these are my other ones. Basically, any Gmail account you have a YouTube channel, right? So Timothy Allen right here is the one where I post all the class content. So like and subscribe. Here's my content. The notable thing, here's our BTS, a showdown.
Great.
Hey, and welcome back to another edition of Behind the Scenes. This time we're recording behind the scenes for last Friday, the showdown. And you can see our film is taking place here in the TV studio. Whoa, Maston is full on dressed as a sombrero-clad cowboy. See, I'm live reacting because I'm also, what's weird in that one is normally I'm not there in the BTS, or if I am, I'm acting or something. So I'm seeing stuff that I didn't get to see while I'm there. Footage looked good. Footage looked awesome, by the way. I know no one likes to watch themselves. 17th. What'd you say? Yeah. I think that's a good base outline right there.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think the pencil is going to show up on camera, so good luck.
No, we're gonna do this with marker. It's gonna be. You do a pen if you want. There's a pen there.
Okay, how's the drawings coming?
Sure. So you can see it's like a podcast. So how do I do this? I use Premiere. All right. Let me open up my BTS. It's all offline. Great. Well, doesn't matter. Let me go into here. Let me start my assignment for the week. And I'm going to go into BTS number 6. We've already done 6 of them. Like and subscribe. You can follow and watch all of my BTSs. Also, if you like and subscribe, my D&D campaign's up there. So I literally have tens of views. You're not allowed. Because I play with my friends and we're already in the middle of a game. All right. Are they out? Yes, of course they are. If you liked and subscribed to my channel, I have 43 viewers. I always post it in the Discord as well. Okay, so look what I end up doing is I import. So this is basically my process. I'll show you. In fact, I'll just start it now since I'm. So what I do is I drag and drop everything on here. This is my editing process. Watch this. Then I go through and I go, this is what happens every single time is I'll go in and I'll go and in point, I'll go and out point and be like, oh my God, they recorded an hour and 28 minutes of BTS. Do I really want to watch an hour and 28 minutes of BTS? Does anybody want to watch an hour and 28 minutes of BTS? So then the way that I determine what to get rid of is I'm like, there's no way that this clip that looks like it's 5 minutes long is valuable. Okay, goodbye. All right.
It's like 5 to 10 minutes of window.
There's window?
There's
Who recorded this? All right. So now look, I just cut out 3 clips and we're already 36 seconds less. So an hour, I don't mind talking for an hour. Hopefully there wasn't anything interesting in those long ones. I can't imagine. Usually I will scrub through and be checked before, but to be 100% honest, this is the process. Cool. Everything looks cool there. All right. So now what do I do? This is just, I'm talking through the process of recording. I actually, what's cool about this, okay, it's processing. That's why it's taking forever, but I'm going to delete all that because our cameras here are record like 8 channels of audio and only 2 channels show up. But look, on every channel here, editors, we have this microphone voiceover record. Well, cool. Hey, guess what a voiceover is? It's my BTS function. So I'm going to, of course, go into my settings here. I'm going to go to my audio hardware and I am going to select my inputs, my blue, and my output. What I end up doing is I use my AirPods. And I think if you listen to the latest episode of BTS, it's a lot of me yelling at my kids because they kept running in and interrupting and asking me questions. Yeah, well, I don't blame you. So here we go. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be working out well at all because you should hear what it sounds like in my head. It sounds like a nightmare. So we're going to take a listen and hear what it sounds like. But look at, oh, wow, Daniel's like it's kind of like someone's remixing the video. So I'm going to stop it. Okay, what's probably happening is because I didn't get a lot of the audio enough time to process, it screwed up. And if we look here, oh, it did record audio.
what media file or what file type? File type.
This file type, MXF for this one. By the way, do you have your hard drive? I compressed everything into a different file type. I thought about you. I compressed your video. So if you want to try a different file type that'll work with Vegas.
I tried Ftve. I tried that. It just didn't work.
You tried MXF?
I tried MXF both in.
But I did a different codec. So let me.
That's probably it. That's probably it. Because MXF did not want to work on Vegas. It kept crashing. On Premiere Pro, it's struggling. But it's working slowly. I've gotten past it complaining about the MPEG like amount, probably because of codec. So now I'm just going to try to set up the major bits, which are having 2 characters of 2 versions be on screen at the same time, lighting and the tables of different orientation.
Absolutely.
And
Okay. So look, I recorded audio here. Let's take a listen. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not gonna be working well because you should hear what it sounds like. Okay, it sounds like a so we're gonna take a listen to hear what it sounds like. Look, you can, oh, Daniel's like, it's kind of like someone's remixing the video. So I'm gonna stop. I will tell you, that is the opposite of what it sounded like when I was recording in my headset. I was hearing my voice talking like this. So obviously we had a playback issue, but normally that's not the case. And I really do think that like my computer's stressed with Zoom and Premiere open and also trying to record. And as you can see, it's still processing everything in the background, right? Like for Premiere to work, everything has to be loaded and then it creates render reference files. If I'm looking, the best way to tell is if once the waveforms all show up, and if I go full screen, it usually shows me, but all right. I don't know why I did that. Pretty cool. Okay. But we'll talk more about editing, but recording, choosing a system, Audacity, GarageBand, voice memo, and then editing it. You could edit in Premiere. You can, Audacity is an audio editor. You can use Pro Tools. You can use whatever you want to edit the final piece in. Questions, comments, concerns? Yes. Are you an, you don't have to do it. That's the editing. Well, you'll get credit for it. If you did it, you get credit for it. Okay? And editors, you don't have to do the, basically, Dom, you can choose not to do a project if you want to turn that one in instead. Okay? So you can say, I don't want to do the podcast. I think you still should, but essentially, I expect 7 projects from you this semester that'll count as one. That was more geared towards the editors. Okay? Good. Okay, I'm going into lab now. Yes. So if you have Premiere, Media Encoder is a good one, but and in fact, this is what I did to make yours. But let me tell you this cool one that Santi uses. Do I have it downloaded? Handbrake. All right, I don't have it downloaded, but Handbrake is a free software that you can download. I believe there's other platforms, right? Yeah. So you can get it for other platforms. Handbrake's a free software, and it's a video compression changing system. Recommend it. Turn it on, let it run, you know, with the amount of footage you have, compress it to something and then change it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, like when I compressed all your stuff, I literally started it, went to bed, it was done in the morning. I don't know how long it took, but it does take a while, especially when you're working with high caliber stuff. Okay, I'm done talking, I think. My voice is still not 100%. Sounds better than I did last time when I did the BTS, but I'm feeling my voice start to like, so I'm going to stop talking. We're going to go into lab, but most importantly, tomorrow at 4 p.m., what are we doing? Party, party, party. Show up at 4 p.m. If you want to talk to me though, now's the time to talk to me and we'll set up everything. Again, thank you everybody. And if you want in the editing lab, I can let you in.